This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 19. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof. Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. I am the brother in the pot from Great Millstone, Tampa. I want to give double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the ones listening in. I want to drop off a quick lesson within the spirit. And this lesson is going to be titled, Learn to be content within your situation. All right, learn to be content within your situation / position. All right. And, it's all of the spirit because I was reading Proverbs, actually, and I was over here in the first chapter, and this is the scripture I came across, and that's what the spirit dropped off on me, is to learn to be content within your position / situation. All right, because a lot of bros, we all feeling it, bro. All right, but the best spirit to be in is being content, whether you're in adversity, prosperity, or whatever situation you're dealing with within your life, in this truth, or in the world, learn to be content within it. All right. And it says this in the NLT, it says, such is the fate of all who are greedy for money. It robs them of life. All right. So a lot of people, a lot of Jake, they're greedy for gain, for money. All right. For better things in this life. And it robs them of life. It robs them of the life they have. All right. Because there's such on a chase for all these different things, for something they feel as if it is better. It takes away, the moments that they have within the life, that the Lord has given them. Okay. So you have to be content, bro. Because a lot of times in certain situations we're going through, whether it is adversity or prosperity, there's lessons that the Lord is trying to teach us. And if your mind is still stuck on becoming, or being, or having something better than you have, all right, you're going to miss the point of the situation you're going through. You're going to miss the lesson of what the Lord is trying to teach you. And you're going to miss the moments that the Lord is trying to give you. All right. Because your mind isn't living, all right, within now. It's always on the future. All right. It's always on, more gain. Okay. So this is, a Yapah precept. All right. Because this is something we all must learn within this life, within this truth. All right. It's to be content. All right. That's one of the best spirits to be in. Okay. Is being content within your situation. And that's what's going to allow you to be more wise with your decisions, to be more patient. All right. It's going to cut off a lot of, the hell you're going through within the mental, just by being content, just by saying you're good with what you have. All right. You're good with where you're at. Okay. Now this is Philippians 4 and verse 11. And let me see. This is Philippians 4 and verse 11. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. All right. And this is something we must learn, that whatever state that we are in, learn to be content within it. All right? That's the spirit you want. That no matter what's going on around you, no matter the situation that you're in within yourself, learn to be content within it. All right? And that's what's going to get you farther than you chasing after gain. Okay? Then you seeking after gain. That's what's going to get you farther, is being content within the situation you're in. And the Lord is going to abound you in areas that you never knew you needed to be abounded in. All right? In wisdom, in knowledge, and understanding. And these things can lead you a lot farther than money. All right? Than the gain of this world. Anything of this world. Though the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding the Lord is going to grant you will lead you a lot farther. All right? But Jake, mind be so focused on getting out of a situation, and they're not learning from the situation. Okay? So you have to sit back and watch and learn and put your spiritual eyes on and see what the Lord is trying to show you. All right? What the Lord have you going through. Because things that are gained quickly are always, taken away that much faster. All right? Because you actually, I got a precept on that, I believe it's down here. Yeah. I believe this is it. If not, just go back to the other scripture. Yeah, right here. Salakia. This is Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 11. I want to get this in the NLT. It says, Wealth from get-rich quick schemes quickly disappears. Wealth from hard work grows over time. All right, and KJV, it says, wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. And a lot of the situation you will be in is the Lord having you go through that hard work to gain the things that you need or that you want. The Lord will put you through the adversity, put you through the time consuming, ways in order to build your character so you can be able to handle the things that you want. All right? Instead of just getting it quickly and you take it and you're not responsible with it. You don't know how to keep it. Okay? So that's why the Lord will put us through these things. And it's not even just with wealth. All right? Not even just with wealth, but in many aspects of our lives, we want to become or have something, and we want it fast. Not how you learn. That's not how the Lord teaches. The Lord teaches through patience. The Lord teaches through affliction and adversity. All right? Trials and errors. That's how the Lord teaches, and that's how the Lord makes you into the man that you needed to be to handle the things that you want. So we got to be more appreciative towards the affliction and not just the prosperity. Be more excited and happy for the fire, all right, that the Lord will put you through, because we understand what it's going to build within us, the inward man, all right? You want to grow within yourself, within the spirit, all right? Well, the way the Lord will make you grow is through the ways that makes you most uncomfortable, all right? Now, this is going back to Philippians 4 and verse 11. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound everywhere, and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to be abound and to suffer. It's like and to suffer need. All right. And this is what the Lord is allowing us to learn. All right. How to be content within every situation. All right. How to be content when you're abased. How to be, how to know how to abound, in every situation you live in. All right. Know how to live within these situations and be content within those situations in order, all right, to have a better mindset and a better spirit. Because we all know we catch hell. That's evident. Bros see it. It's visual proof that bros catch hell, man. But it's the way you react and you live within that moment of catching hell and within that situation of being chastised. All right? It says, verse 12 in the NLT, I know how to live on almost nothing, and with everything, I have learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it is with a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little. For I can do anything through Hamashiach who gives me the strength. Okay? So we're able to do anything through the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, who gives us the strength. Okay? So we have to, as I'm speaking unto you, Akim, I'm speaking unto myself, is learn to be content. All right? And, I've been saying this word, but let's also get that word. It says content, to rest or be satisfied, to give satisfaction to, contained, satisfied, to hold together, enclosed. All right? And we're holding it together. Hold it together when all odds are against you. Hold it together when everything is given unto you. Hold it together. Your spirit, your mind is not deferred, all right, or changed. You're still within the same spirit of serving the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai and being content within your situation. Okay? So you got to hold it together, bro. You got to be satisfied. Rest. All right? That's why the scripture says, cast our cares upon me, and I shall deliver you out of every situation. Roughly paraphrasing. But you got to cast your cares upon the Lord and just be content and rest. Get yourself that rest. All right? Because all that worrying, all that, seeking to gain, all it's going to do is take your life away. And you won't be able to be present within the most beautiful Yapah times, all right, that the Lord has set for us. Okay? This is, I believe, 1 Timothy 6 and verse 6. Let me see. I want to get this in the NLT as well. All right. It says, yet true godliness with the contentment is itself great wealth. All right. So true godliness with contentment, that is great wealth. All right. And that's what we want. That's wealth for us. All right. But the Lord put us through that long suffering and afflictions in order to have that true godliness with contentment. You got to go through the hard times to learn how to live through them. You got to go through the great times to learn how to live through those. And once you learn how to live through both, you learn to have contentment within both. All right. It says, after all, we brought nothing with us when we came into the world. We can't take anything with us when we leave it. All right. So there's nothing you can take that you came in this world with. Okay. So these things were never a necessity. What's a necessity is the spirit, the faith, the understanding, and the wisdom. Okay? Because you didn't come into the world with these things, and you're not going to leave with them. It says, so if we have enough food and clothing, let us be content. If you got enough food and clothing on your back, just be content within it. You shouldn't have to worry about what's better. All right? Just be glad that you have it. Because it can be much worse. All right? And the Lord will show you that. Jake will be thinking about what's next. And the Lord would pull your ass back to what was before. And now you don't got no food or no clothing or a home. So you have to be appreciative and show gratitude for the things that you have and live within content within these things. Okay? It says, but people who long to be rich fall into temptation and are trapped by many foolish and harmful desires that plunge them into ruin and destruction. Okay? So people who long to be rich, they fall into that temptation and trapped. All right? That's why you have it where, the rich of this world, they're not truly happy. They're void of the light because they had to do so much things in the dark that they knew was wrong. All right? So it plunged them into the ruin and destruction. All right? So the best thing to be is to be content within what we have, and the Lord is going to bless you with what you need. All right? So, Lord willing,